Welcome to Set and Forget Traders, where precision meets patience. This isn't guesswork, it's strategy, structure, and the smart money's roadmap. If you're tired of chasing trades, strap in. We'll show you how to trade like the banks and not against them. If the market noise has been costing you money and peace of mind, you are in the right place. Hit the subscribe button. This is where structure meets mastery. Welcome again, and we are having a week 29 analysis. What you're currently seeing is the USD dollar index, and we are here to preview and we're here to analyze what we expect in the coming week. And we are glad that you're here, and we really value your presence here. That's why we're here to distribute nuggets and nothing else but what we believe the market is anticipating. So fast forward, today the market is closed, but let's preview last week. So this is on Monday. It was on the 7th of July. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. This is Thursday. This is the Friday candle. And the last week, our observation was after the market had closed, it closed bearish, but we understand it was Independence Day in America, so there was less volume to be traded on Friday the previous week. The day before, the market had closed bullish and buyers had taken profits before the next holiday, which was on the Friday. Our observation was that the coming week we are going to be observant of what happens on this demand level, 97.143. And as you can see, the Monday candle came in with big volume, anticipating from the previous last day of the week, which was Independence Day. There was no volume to be traded. And on Monday, the market was really bullish. You can observe that we had over how many points? Over 600 points move in price. And then on Tuesday, we had just a pullback and a continuation in pattern. And the whole of the week, the market has been bullish, so to say. So let's believe that the market is currently trending uptrend, and we're expecting a rise in price. So why are we looking at this demand chart? We want to know where the buyers are going to take their profits in case they push price higher. So mark your charts that the demand that the buyers need to take price into the next demand zone at 99.058. We are done with that. No any side shows. We are focused on the end goal, and the next demand zone will be at 99.058. Done deal, nothing else, clarity. So let's look at the supply zone. At the supply zone, again we will try and observe from Monday. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And we were observing that if price closes above the supply zone, we are going to see if sellers are going to push price lower. And as you can see, on Tuesday, price tried to push lower, but it closed up. And then on Thursday again, sellers here pushed price into this supply zone, 97.311. After they took their profits, price went up. So you might be interested to confirm with us. Let's check on the 4-hour time frame. And when you are checking on the 4-hour time frame, it's important to observe, very much important. We will stay here for a minute so that we might be able to decipher what the market makers are trying to show us. Yeah, you remember this day was NFP, and the market tanked after sellers made an entry at the supply zone. And when the price on Monday went above the supply zone, the sellers are going to take profit at this level. That's why you see there is fair value gap, because sellers need to take profit. This was on Tuesday. When the market closed on Monday, the next day the market opened with a fair value gap, and they took profits. Again, observe on the first, second, and third. Yeah, price took profit. It's very clean, very clean, very clean. It can't get more clean than this. And this is the 4-hour time frame. The sellers took profit at the supply zone 97.311, and again on Wednesday or Thursday. On Wednesday again they took their partials again at that level. Yeah, this liquidity grab this fair value gap is just for them to take profit quickly because the market closed here and it opened on the next daily candle. It opened there at the supply zone. They took profits, and you're observing what happened after they took their profits. The market started rallying up, and bro, it can't get more transparent than this. You see the market opened at 97.313, so it opened just 2 points above. Not 2 points, yes, but 0.02 points, close to that. And after they take profits, they exit the market, and that's why you see the price went up. That's how our week was. Can it get more transparent than this? This is dollar index. You need to understand that it's the basket for dollar. So you might be asking, if the sellers are not here because we're on the supply chart, where are the sellers going to come in? And that's why we are zooming it out, and we're able to see that the supply zone is at the proximal line 98.026 and the distal line 98.248. All right, so that's where the sellers are. So we'll be able to see what will happen this coming week when the price approaches this supply zone. So stay posted. But above it, we have lower time frame supply zone 98.411 and 98.608. Above that, the next supply zone is way far at 99.798, which is the pivot, and the main supply zone is way above. So in consolidarity, let's check at the daily time frame. We are observing that maybe we're going to expect some sellers at this level, but we don't know what's happening. That's why we need to use the demand and the supply to assist us in making a better decision, So we are looking forward for the reaction of how the price will react. But stay informed, because buyers are in control of the market. The price needs to go to 99.058. All right, 99.058, which is around here. When you're checking on the supply chart, 99.058 is around this level, 99.058. Let's mark it 058. So the demand zone is here. So meaning that these sellers will be trying to limit the buyers to take profit. And do you know what happens? The buyers will now need to inject more orders through fundamentals or through sentiments. But in reality, the market needs to be delivered into this level. So if I was to advise you, bro, here. The best place to sell is not at the current supply zone. Is not at the current supply zone, but at this higher supply zone, 99.798, because the buyers will have already taken their profits off. So if you're going to sell near before the buyers take profit, it's time will tell how buyers will react. But our advice is, don't start selling before the buyers take profit. Yeah, that's it for today. Nothing much to say and to add on. Just follow the rules. Not the rules, but the laws. Because this is what we're seeing, and we are going to continue allowing you to see through our lens and the lens of the laws of demand and supply. Stay blessed and have yourself a very peaceful week. Cheers. Set and forget.